My name is Dina Robinson. I'm from Northeast Louisiana, a small town named Bastrop.
My name is Jared Robinson. I'm the Corporate Security Manager, and I have been at J.B. Hunt since 2013.
I have been at J.B. Hunt for 10 and a half years. I'm currently a program manager in the newly formed PMO office. Jared and I have been married for 14 years, and we have a crazy family. We have 4 boys. They're 9, 7, and I have twin 1-year-old boys.
When we found out we were going to have twins, it was a shock. We wanted one more, so we were hoping with 2 boys already that we'd have a little girl. God had different plans and decided to give us 2 more boys.
Zachary was born first. He was baby A. Benjamin was baby B. He was the bigger of the 2. He was 20 inches long and weighed 6 pounds 11 ounces.
We noticed it was an issue with Ben the week leading up until the time we went into the hospital, but it was just kind of a normal cough, cold sickness.
Benjamin just wasn't feeling himself. I started to watch him and noticed that he was breathing really slowly and that he wasn't taking very deep breaths.
He just stops breathing. We noticed he just went for 30, 40 seconds. You'd have to almost thump him really hard to kind of get him to breathe again.
I held Ben and I said, "Is he purple?" I said, "Does he look purple to you?" And he said, "Yes, what's wrong?" My friend turned, she said, "I've got your kids, take him to the doctor now."
The drive to the hospital was probably one of the most scariest times that I've had personally dealing with family. A flood of emotions, I would say, thinking about what's going to happen. It's been going to be okay.
Jared pulled up, I jumped out, I grabbed Ben, and I'm pretty sure I ran through the door screaming, "My baby isn't breathing."
At that point, you kind of feel relieved, right, because you're in a hospital, but at the same time, seeing the fear from the nurses was kind of discerning.
They didn't have the right breathing equipment, and that if he were to continue to have these apneic spells, that they wouldn't be able to support him. That was one of the scariest things about being here. Even the professionals weren't confident that they could save him.
It started taking a turn for the worse. He would stop breathing longer. It would go up to a minute that he wasn't breathing.
That's whenever they said, "We don't have a choice. We have to find a way to get you down to Arkansas Children's Hospital."
It was raining, it was storming, thundering, extremely heavy winds. It was determined that the weather was too bad for that local hospital's helicopter to fly us anywhere.
Things finally cleared up enough and they had the go to come and get Ben. So it was around noon or 1 o'clock before the helicopter arrived and they had him prepped and ready to send him to Children's.
This whole event, it was a blur. A lot of hopelessness kind of at times. There's nothing I can do to make him feel better. It wasn't in my hands anymore.
Once the helicopter landed, we headed to the pediatric intensive care unit.
2 days later, he wasn't getting any better. They continued to monitor him, and they said, hey, his breathing's continually getting worse. He would stop breathing for longer periods of time.
He was so small, he had lost weight, and because he was sedated, he was just laying there with the tubes hooked up and this machine that was breathing beside him. He didn't cry, he didn't open his eyes, he didn't move. He just laid there.
To see your baby not respond to you and not necessarily know you're there was a big deal for me. The diagnosis was RSV. Sometimes it won't affect kids, and other times, like Ben, it will affect them to where it shuts down their lungs and other systems within their body. They kept him safe and alive and monitored his breathing and lungs and went from there.
After a few days, they attempted to wean him off of the ventilator. When he was breathing on his own, that was the moment that we knew it was going to be okay. Once he started getting better, he got better fast. Within just a few days, we were in a regular room and ready to be discharged.
The day he got to come home from the hospital was going to go down as one of the best days in my life and in my family's life.
Now they're 18 months old. They're active and get into everything. I swear they can talk to each other, even though there aren't real words coming out yet. Ben is the most laid back and sweet little boy that I've ever met before. He is my cuddler. I just soak in his hugs now.
This experience has changed me in several ways. Some ways to know that I can't always control things, but also the need for a dedicated facility with a dedicated staff for children in Northwest Arkansas.
Having a place here in town that is still where you live and work and where your family is would just make all the difference in the world.
There's some kids and parents that have to go there on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. And so to give them that time, that they don't have to travel the 3 or 4 hours, they know they can stay here local within their community. That the kids know that, hey, I don't have to miss school or have a long weekend, that they can have that normalcy within their lives.
It makes me proud to be a J.B. Hunt employee, knowing that we are generous in our giving to local charities and to things like Arkansas Children's Hospital, and really making an investment for the employees and my coworkers and for families like us that need those services.
Anytime you can give back to the community and support an organization that saves lives is amazing.